Good afternoon, everyone, and good afternoon, the honorable judges. As the first speaker of the opposition team, we would like to address the motion, this House regret mergers and acquisitions within the tech industry, such as Tokopedia and Gojek, Facebook and Instagram, and Google and YouTube. The honorable judges, we have to first point out the government's argument. We have found some crucial mistake that they made in their arguments that are completely not true. The government side said that companies who merges will become dominant. It will reduces the competitors and individual companies will not be able to compete with them. But this is completely not true. Even though companies like Facebook and Instagram already merged, we can see that there are still startup companies that manage to disrupt and become a competition to Facebook and Instagram. One of them being Snapchat. It became a legit competitor to Facebook and Instagram who already merged. Furthermore, the influence of mergers company towards the consumers are good. Why? Because it widens the area of influencing, which means that more consumers are able to access their product. By Facebook merging with Instagram, that means more people know about this merged companies and they can use their product. Second, the privacy of the consumer is their own choice anyway. If the consumers does not want their sensitive information to be spread, then the consumer has the choice to not share anyways. It doesn't matter if the privacy is shared to other companies because you agreed to share it with the original company anyways. When a consumer already agreed to share it to maybe Instagram, why would they care that Instagram shares their privacy to another company like Facebook or WhatsApp? Because when a consumer first consented to giving their privacy, that means that privacy is probably something not major anyways. Next, the information the consumer has provided to the company itself is good. Why? Because the company will learn from this information, from the data that they gathered from their consumers about what does the consumer needs, why should we change our product, how do we make it better, and what suits our consumers better, which will then in turn make their product more beneficial to their consumers. The third, the government are worrying too much about the independent tech companies. Why should we even worry about that? The reason tech companies, the tech merged companies like Facebook and Google are more prominent is because they are technologically more advanced. Consumers, when choosing tech products, chooses the one which fills their needs and are more advanced. Why would they care about some individual companies that only work around the Java region or only around the Jambi region? It doesn't make sense. We should stop keeping prioritized on the independent companies. We are never gonna progress fast enough if we focus on these independent companies. Why? Because as I said, they won't innovate as fast as merging two companies together. And more, as I said in my first point, these independent companies can still be a competitor to innovate these other merged companies as well. They don't completely disappear. Just like I said with Snapchat and Instagram and Facebook. And the fourth point is that the government side said that because the individual companies purchase from competition, laborers are forced to work for the same companies even though they might not be comfortable in that company anymore. But the government side has never considered about the risk of working in a small company. If you're working in a small company, there are risks that you must also go through. Your company might suddenly go bankrupt. It might suddenly stop. And then what happens after it stops? You don't get any income whatsoever. It's not stable. It's too risky for the laborers to be working in a small company anyways. So why not just choose the big company that gives them stable work? Now, moving on, the honorable judges, the government team thinks that company merger is bad, but we think it is otherwise very good, and here's why. Our first argument being merger and acquisition of company are made to increase the benefits for the consumer anyways. I know that they're made to increase revenue, but how do they increase their revenue? To make more consumers use their product. And how do they make their consumers use more of their product? They make their product better. These merging companies will combine their technologies and will make and innovate their product. Moreover, these companies will also share strategy and data and accomplish price cuts. They can make their product cheaper to their consumers, such as by operating more efficiently from the data they gathered, by reducing the redundancies in staffing, and allowing them to streamline operations. This will make the product cheaper and more beneficial to the consumers. Our second argument being, merging of companies allows the companies to widen their area of influencing. Now, this allows them to penetrate new markets. And what do I mean by this? If maybe a European industry wants to penetrate the American market, what is the best thing they can do? They can merge with another company from maybe the America region, and by merging, their area of influencing has already widened so much from Europe to Europe and America, allowing more people to access their product and gain benefit from their product. Now, they are also able to improve from economies of scale, meaning the cost to produce something on distributing something over and over again is the same, gets reduced because the market shares increases. And because this distribution cost and production cost reduces, it just means that these companies can make their products even cheaper. Our third argument is the merging of companies also allows the access to a more skilled labor force. And why is this good? So first of all, when a company merges, they can find more skilled laborers, they can find more skilled people to better innovate their product. Why this is good is because with better skilled labor force, these companies can further make products which will suit their customers. These skilled laborers know what the customer wants and need, and therefore they can adapt the product into something that suits the customers that is using their product. Which is why we believe that the merging of companies has better benefits than bad impacts. And this way better benefit is just in an unequal ratio. We should take this as way better than the bad impact itself, which is why our side deserves to win. Thank you.